Rightio, so this is one I guess I would fully need a telescope for, because this is a theory I've been toying with for a long time, but completely toying with because I don't know how real it is. But we can see the moon. The sun set at 7 p.m, 7:02 to be precise. The moon appeared at about 7:20. It's now about 7:40. I forgot to check the time, about 7:45 maybe. And the first star has appeared, which we consider to be Venus. Now, what if we could zoom in on Venus? I don't think we really can, because, as I say, you need a telescope or a Nikon pt5 fucking million to do it properly. But technically, it has been said that Venus has phases, just like the moon. And I sometimes wonder if it's the thing projecting the moon into our atmosphere. I know, it's pretty far-fetched and pretty out there, because what's even weirder for me is because I've always been familiar with the local celestials and whatnot. Venus has always been about there of an evening, and yet several months ago I came out and Venus was gone. There was no more Venus. I'm like, what? And 2 weeks later, I shit you not, when you look out over this away, hang on, I might have to walk out through the grass here, you can usually see one of the ones over there. Oh, there's one straight up. That's the big one. Interesting, that one I can't actually see with my naked eye. There's usually one over in the east, which that's pretty much due east over there. That's about due north. That's about due west. And south is over there. In fact, if we went for a walk, we might even see the Southern Cross coming out, which we might do that. That's the one thing about this place I don't like as much as my last place I lived at, is I can walk out my front door and there's the Southern Cross. Yeah, not so much. And doesn't look as if it's appeared just yet. We might pick it up on the camera. There's one of them. Is that it? That's it there. That's it there. There we go. We can see it's laying on its side, pointing slightly downwards to our perspective. Those are the pointer stars, pointing to south. So there you go. The crux is not the southern celestial pole for those fools who think it is. Anyway, that's not my point. My point was that when Venus over here disappeared a couple of months back, 2 weeks later, it was over there in the east. And they say that's what happens, it because of our rotation and our orbit and their orbit and blah, 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 that it goes around us. But now it's back in its normal spot again. So if it disappeared slowly into the west, like the moon is currently doing, then how the heck does it only take 2 weeks to appear in the east if it took years and years and years to slowly set and eventually disappear in the west? That makes no sense whatsoever. As I predicted, we can start to see some of the dark part of the moon. Whoop. Look at that, you can just see it. The darker it gets, the more you can see it. The camera wants to jump from setting to setting, but you can clearly see it. It's almost as though the light itself isn't even attached. But it's there. That's why you can't see the moon when it eclipses the sun, because it's in friggin' mosquitoes. It's in full daylight, and here we are in almost nightlight, and you can only just see the dark moon. I don't know why people don't think it's the moon eclipsing the sun. Of course you can't see it. It's daytime. You can just see it here in the twilight. You know, I love the flat earth and I love the flat earthers in general, but some of them say some of the dumbest stuff. They know jack squat about the moon. Oh man, this is the mosquito hour. Might just go back inside for a little while and come out and take a little bit more footage when it gets a little bit darker.